propose to start this workshop. The first topic would be best HR practices over Indian Railways, and the second topic would be learning and customizing experience in HR emerging beyond railways, so that you can have exposure of both what is the best that is happening in Indian Railways as well as what is going on outside the world, beyond railways. That kind of thing you will have. Just to set the context before Sir gathers himself and is on his position, let me tell you that railways are a humongous organization, and it's a labor-intensive organization. Where we have got, I saw that we are almost 7th or 8th in the world, if you include Walmarts, if you include US Army, if you include McDonald's, these kind of units, then we are almost 7th or 8th in the world as far as manpower is concerned. In addition to that, almost that is 1.34 million manpower is available with Indian Railways, and 80,000 plus crore rupees, that is equivalent to 80 billion INR, that is spent in paying them off, wages and salary, pensions including. So that is the kind of money which is involved. Plus 98% of the composition of the manpower is C&D. Group C and D, they are not the officers like the ones who are present here. 55% of whatever our earnings are, the ordinary working expenses is, that is close to that percent, is spent in human resource, managing human resource. That is the kind of human resource. Now, to the distinguished speaker of today, let me tell you, sir, that we have got the profile of participants are that they are representing almost 12 railways. They are representing 12 railways, and they are from RPF, they are from RCF, they are from RDSO, in addition to that. And they have got, I was just telling them that the experience is a wide-ranging experience, starting from 1 year to almost 34, 35 years. That is the range of experience. They are all, many of them are experts in their fields. We have got very senior officers also. Now, I'll tell you about Sir. I'll introduce him to you before he takes on. But before that, let me just tell you my own perception of how this workshop got conceived, and how exactly what is my idea of, say, personnel department. You know, in the early October, Dr. Praveen Kumari, she had come to a program here. That program was on planning. So I had invited her on human resource planning, and it was taken very well by the participants. So we decided that we should work out on something that could be a short 2.5-day, 3-day kind of stuff, but that should be illuminating on human resource exclusively. And then we also concluded that because it is railways, the requirement of human resource in railways, the aspirations, the things, it has to be a customized kind of program. It cannot be a generic program. That is what we had decided. We were working over it. So finally, the day comes. It is 2.5 days. All sessions have been planned for you. I think you will have complete immersion on human resources. Let me tell you, introducing Sir also. We worked together. Sir was senior DPO in those days, and I was just a greenhorn trying to pick up the nuances of railways at Dhanbad. Fortunately, like any other traffic officer, I too started with a concept. When my own branch officer was supposed to be my mentor, when he saw me hopping around and mailing around with my own friends from accounts and personnel, so one day he called me and he counseled me. He said, you know, we are the ones who are pulling the entire railways. We are the ones who are running the show. Don't mix up with these people. That was the kind of suggestion which he gave. But you know, in initial days, if your boss puts you to a most difficult grind, then the flip side is that you develop a contrarian view. So once he said, don't mix up, then I thought that there is something good in them. I must mix up. That was the kind of feeling. And then, of course, they were my friends. We had trained together, we had grown up together. Then that was the time when I realized that what a great responsibility these people are doing. There is tremendous integrity of thought, purpose and action in them. So they may not be very nice guys, these personnel officers, but they definitely not only survive, but they stand tall amidst the severest of the opposition, severest of the criticism, say in P&M and everywhere else. And with that I started growing, cultivating my appreciation for personnel department. And I can see that if railways, everybody is talking of taking railways to a altogether new orbit. And as we know that orbital change requires not only some incremental change, it requires escape velocity. And these are the people, to those who are outside from personal service, these are the people who are providing that escape velocity, right? So with this very brief introduction of Sir, I was calculating that how many persons you have handled on their establishment and pay bill matters. I calculated. Angraj Mohan Sir, 1986 batch IRPS, CPO Northern Railway, he has handled till now 5.64 lakhs people in establishment and pay bill issues. I calculated all the numbers. That comes to almost 40%, 45% of what Indian Railways, the strength of Indian Railways there. He has got all the experience of divisional working, experience of headquarters working, experience from state government is there, open line, production units, workshops. He has from recruitment to working for education in department of a state in Bihar. Then establishment and pay bill I already mentioned, railways, state government. He has got humongous experience, wide experience is there. And therefore, we thought that no other person could be better to handle this issue. That what are the best HR practices over Indian Railways? Over to you, at least to the young officers who had a lot of questions I can see. You would agree to one point that the winds of professionalism that is sweeping across personal department. They are in for change. And you can, if you remember, you might be having examples. This is happening at Walmart. This is happening in General Motors. Okay, but in an organization like Railways, which is a humongous big organization, bringing about change itself is a very difficult task, to which personal department is committed to. Okay, without I introduce you to the list, at least you will agree with one philosophy of personal department, and that is, to me, is inclusion. That you are always trying to connect to the last person in the queue. Approaching inclusion is very difficult, because if you overdo inclusion, it is taken to be appeasement. If you underdo inclusion, it is taken to be authoritarianism. And that fine balance is what personal department attempts to maintain. And that's why I said I am a fan of this department.